face with face. Face to face with face. On Friday. Down Under.
Hey everyone, it's Face. Look where we are. We're in Sydney Harbor, beautiful Sydney Harbor. You can see behind us the Harbor Bridge. Yeah. And like, we're still kind of in awe. We just got here about, I don't know, maybe half hour ago, and it's so stunning.
Our hearts are full. Thank you to everyone back home for helping us get on this trip, and everyone that we've met here in Australia. Thank you so much for making this trip so special. We're finally done with all the official stuff, all the gigs, and we fly out in the morning. But we're just taking a little bit of time to say hi and to thank you.
So we're going to take you through our tour here of Australia, starting way back 5.5 days ago.
Wow. We went from Denver to San Francisco to Auckland to Sydney to Hobart.
4 flights. 4 flights.
In a row.
How
many hours? Like 9 hours of travel.
30 hours of travel.
32. 30? Time is a construct.
It was crazy.
That's right.
That's a stupid construct.
We left on July 6th. We landed on July 8th. July 7th, 2018 doesn't exist in our lives.
So then after 32 hours of travel, we were whisked away. I've never been whisked anywhere.
It was
but
whisked.
We were whisked.
Definitely whisked.
From the airport in Hobart to what is so they call it the Big Sing?
The Big Sing bonfire.
There's a massive stage outdoors and 2 giant bonfires going and a crowd of a couple thousand people kind of standing out in a street. It is worth mentioning that the way the Earth's axis tilts, it is summer in America, and it is winter. It is super winter.
Oh, it's so cold.
This would have been worth mentioning like days ago.
Yeah,
It would have really helped us.
Packing.
There were a couple moments on stage that night where it was snowing and ashing at the same time.
I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why.
A little tired and jet lagged and delirious, but I feel like that performance went really well.
It was a really magical kickoff. The festival just really welcomed us in with a lot of gratitude and a lot of respect. And
A lot of coffee.
And a lot of coffee, yeah.
So the next morning was our first full day in Australia. Still kind of tired, and then we were told that we were doing an interview and a photo shoot for a newspaper piece. They had Stephen hold a lamp for some reason. They never really explained what that was about, but it did turn into some really cool newspaper write-ups. We got a bunch of press.
It was one of the coolest parts of the trip is this to have not only have such gracious hosts here treat us so kindly and give us just the utmost respect, but also to plug us in all over the media. I walked into a coffee shop in Hobart the day after we got here to find a big picture of us at the bonfire. Stephen had made the page 4, not the front page, but page 4, which is still really awesome.
And I went jogging that morning and ran into a poster of us randomly in a city 10,000 miles away from where we live.
Later on in the evening, we were invited as guest clinicians to come and give a master class on arranging and vocal technique, and Mark did a bit on vocal drumming, and it was really incredible. Literally minutes away from teaching a vocal workshop on arranging. Mark's going to do some stuff on percussion. I'm going to do some rock the solo, whole body singing, voice lesson kind of stuff. So we're getting pumped up.
And changed the 6/8 to a 4/4 in the verses and a 7/4 in the choruses.
They may or may not use vocal percussion, which we'll get into a little more today. As far as the beatboxing stuff, it's more of an optional thing. A lot more choral or jazz, like scat syllables.
So if I'm throwing a baseball or a punch, or my voice, which is essentially what we're doing, we're chucking sound into the universe. We're sound chuckers, which is cool, right? It's the same, the physics are the same.
It's going to be the same groove over and over until it does change. But there's going to be a reason why. And you ask yourself, why did it change there? Has a totally different feel, doesn't it?
Well, come up off your collar chart. I know where you're coming from.
You know, we talked a lot about this mission, this trip being a part of passing the torch of music education, and that evening was really, really a part of that. And we were so lucky to have just hungry people wanting to know more about a cappella and vocal arts, and yeah, just super cool.
The next day we had the amazing opportunity to go to a wildlife sanctuary called Flatirons, which was about 20 minutes or so outside of Hobart. And like, we didn't really know what to expect. We're like, we live where there's wildlife and, you know, stuff. We've seen deer and bears and stuff.
Totally.
Well, not that many bears, but we walked into this place and just immediately we were like little school kids. We are so excited. We're at this place called the Flatirons Wildlife Sanctuary. We're gonna get to feed kangaroos.
They have kangaroos and wombats and koalas.
Tasmanian devils. This is the elusive Tasmanian devil.
Oh my gosh.
And like the driver just said,
My
they're a
shadows
little less scary than what Looney Tunes led us to believe when we were children.
Kangaroos.
Like real ones?
Come with us. Right, have you patted one yet? They're like cats. They're like lean into it. He's leaning. Look, I've got some for you right here in my hand. That's up.
I finally understand what it's like to have a child.
Oh, that's so sweet. Check this out. Hey, buddy. Isn't that awesome? They love to be scratched, like right under here, because they can't reach it.
What's up, fellas? After Flatirons, for the second time of our tour, we were once again whisked to what ended up being a radio performance. We sang 2 songs on the radio and then were interviewed by the DJ. We are at the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, ABC as it's known here, because we're about to do a radio interview.
Here we go.
About singing songs without instruments.
Come on.
We're about to go live on the radio. Operation Don't Embarrass Ourselves is in full effect.
Most of the time.
So you want me to leave?
That would be great.
Oh,
Oops.
so easy. We did it.
Dodged a bullet.
Well, how has it taken us this long to lure you to Australia then?
Oh my gosh, I wish we could have gotten here sooner.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was all because of the Festival of Voices. And when it turned out that we could make it work on our schedule and make it work funding-wise and stuff, we decided to come on down. And honestly, we have our fans on our Facebook Live, and so our fans really helped us get here. So thanks, guys.
Yeah. And what has been one thing you've experienced for the first time since landing in Tasmania?
Oh, tell her.
We actually just came right here from
Flatirons.
Wildlife
Oh,
Reserve.
yeah, all right.
So an hour ago, we were all feeding kangaroos and giggling like schoolgirls.
I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet, feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. Come on, like the way we rock it, so don't stop.
The third whisking of the day was out to another workshop appearance. Deke Sharon, the godfather of a cappella as he is now known, he was here at Festival of Voices as well. Asked us to be part of his clinic that day.
Has a sense of steady beat, a steady tempo, right? So tempo is something that people can really easily tell if it's off. So we'll make sure the groove is locked in, and look, he's walking in his face. The first thing that occurs to me about these guys is that they are so at ease with themselves and the music, and they put the audience at ease, right? And so many times when you go to see a performance, it's all this, there's like this facade that goes up, right? You're gonna see something important, you're gonna see something perfect. Like, be a good audience and we'll be good singers and you'll get good notes, and afterwards you feel good about yourself, right? But when they start singing, they say something different with their bodies. They say like, let's have a good time. Let me connect with you, right? They break the fourth wall, they run out there, they get you singing along with them. This is the kind of music that fills our hearts, right? So that's why I think it's so great. If you guys can, if you don't have plans for tonight, go see their show, because at the end of it, you'll have some realizations about like, oh, right, that's why I love music. That's what an audience wants.
It was very flattering, and once again, really, really cool to be able to be in front of an international audience and talking about what we do.
Finally, on Tuesday night, it was time for our headline performance at this cool theater. It was called the Theatre Royal in Hobart, the oldest continuously running theater in all of Australia. First opened in 1837, and it's still running today. It's absolutely gorgeous theater. I'm gonna turn around so y'all can see it, where we get to play tonight. And take a look at that. Is that not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? But yeah, this theater, it is so pretty.
We are doing sound check right now. You might be able to see Mark somewhere. Where is he? There he is, hiding. Nice.
Yeah, the show is tonight on July. What day is it? 10.
No idea.
Tuesday.
And we're sound checking, and it's so exciting.
Yeah.
The show was probably only half sold. Over all of the things that we got to do with the Bonfire Sing and the Singers Lounge and our workshop and visiting Deke's workshop, we sold a ton more tickets and basically sold the thing out. There were a couple empty seats here and there, but it was packed in time for our performance. It was really, really cool.
In our final show, we flew to Melbourne. So I literally just got into an Uber in Melbourne, and the driver handed us a golden microphone.
It's a golden microphone.
Here we go.
I took my baby on a Saturday day, but if I go with you, the smell I ever sang. And a miracle is snapping tonight. Moving on the floor now, baby, you're a bird of paradise. Dairy ice cream smile, I suppose it's very nice. Her name is Rio and she dances on the sand. Hey! Just like that river flows through the dusty land. Yeah! Mama shooting sky, leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing high, passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me.
Had a killer show with a group called Drums of War. They worked really, really hard to bring out a great crowd for us on a Wednesday night for an unknown American band. Like
we're in Melbourne, Australia, and this used to be some old hotel called the Gasometer, and now they call it the Gasso, and they've got stages all over the place, and that's where we're playing tonight with the Drums of War.
Oh, I'm going to show you the room here. We're doing sound check. Here we go. We're on our way in, and oh, who do I find? Who's that guy?
Great news, everyone. We may have left our earbuds in Tasmania, so...
I'm literally just finding this out. This is news to me. You are watching it
live.
It's not live. It's recorded, Steven. We found some extra earbuds. You will see I have mine. And where does Steven have his?
Crisis averted.
Yes. Forrest has
old,
his.
but they're gonna work.
And Driver actually has his. These are old earbuds. They look actually fancier than the ones we use now.
We use them for the airplanes.
That's right.
Yeah.
We took the old ones and now we use them as our headphones. Yeah. So anyway, save the day today. We haven't played a late night bar gig for a long time. We used to when we started out. We actually used to do that scrappy bar gig thing quite a bit, and it was cool to return to that scene and win the crowd over it.
Is that okay? We've had a request, so we're gonna do the request and then the one that we were thinking. Of all the money that I had, I spent it in good company.
Parting glass!
This is literally called the parting glass. That's really funny. Guys, that's really funny. Shoot. Good night and joy be to you all.
all humility, I think we really pulled it off. They were such a gracious crowd. Just such a awesome community supporting vocal music. It seems to be the thing all over Australia. Drums of War was amazing, cool little urban hip hop a cappella group, and the group that opened Coda was a trio of girls doing some R&B vocals like in Lauryn Hill style, just really magic.
That pretty much brings us to today, and here we are in Sydney for our last day of the tour. We're here for less than 24 hours, and then tomorrow we hop a plane to New Zealand, and then Los Angeles, and then back home.
Before we sign off, we just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who helped us get here. You know, we made some new fans out here. The journey was well worthwhile. Yeah. And especially want to give a shout out to our friend Judy from Aurora, who really helped us out. She kind of made a big donation, and that was really just from her heart. So we really appreciate that.
So thanks for coming along this magical, amazing tour to Australia. We're so grateful for all of you at home. If you're an old fan, or if you're a new fan, or you know, longtime friend or family, we just appreciate you. And I guess we will see you stateside.
Stateside
pretty soon. All right. Thanks so much.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Face to face. Face to face. Face to face with face. Face to face with face. On Friday. Down under.
Hey, it's Cody and Driver here. We're spooning. I made a joke about somebody coming over to comfort me and hold me, and Driver actually took me up on that. So anyway, this is what tour's like.